All right. Happy evening. Like, what day is it even? Happy Sunday evening. Sarah and I are so happy that you're here. We're so excited to chat with you. We honor your time and we honor our family's time. So we're going to do the best we can to keep this within 30 minutes. But our hearts really are to share one of the biggest gifts that we've been given, that we've stumbled upon. We're going to share a little bit about our stories and the ins and out of what it means to be a coach so that you can make the decision on if this is a good fit for you. So Sarah is going to kick us off.
Yeah. And just so you know, I'm standing at my husband's standing desk. So if I'm moving around, it's because I'm standing. All right. So the first thing I want to say is welcome. And, no matter who invited you here or how you ended up here, who sent you the link, you belong here. Our team is a very diverse, dynamic bunch of people. We come from a wide variety of backgrounds and life circumstances. Some of us work full time, some of us are work from home moms, all different career fields. We have law enforcement people, we have teachers, we have so many different people who are part of our team. But the one thing that we all have in common is that we are united in our mission to really make a positive impact in people's lives while creating time freedom and financial abundance for our families. And we found a way to do this through coaching. And so we're really happy you're here and we're really excited to share this with you. So I'll kick things off really quickly by just giving you a little snapshot of my coaching story. I started about 4 years ago. I was working full time as a marketing coordinator in an engineering firm. I was a mom of 2 toddlers and I was exhausted. I was depleted in every sense of the word. I was about 30 pounds overweight. And I had just been through a series of different cancer scares over the previous 2 years. First with thyroid cancer, then with breast cancer, then with skin cancer. And I was struggling after all of that, I was struggling with debilitating anxiety. I was having a hard time even being present with my kids because I was so consumed by my anxiety. I was struggling at work in just so many different ways. I was having panic attacks and almost passed out driving home one time because of a panic attack. So things were getting pretty serious. I was a mess. And we'd just been through all these cancer scares, and I went to go see my doctor, and she told me, it seems like there's nothing seriously wrong with you as far as the cancer things we were concerned about. She said, so you're fortunate there, but you're headed, she's looking at my blood work, and she said, you're headed for a diagnosis of heart disease or diabetes or both in the next several years, probably by the time you're 40, if you don't change something. And so that was a huge wake up call for me. And I knew that I had to do something. And for the first time ever, it was about so much more than just weight loss, so much more than just trying to hit a temporary goal or, get ready for bikini season or whatever, it was about being there for my kids as they're growing up. It's about being able to live the active and healthy lifestyle that I wanted. And it was about honestly just being able to function at work and as a mom, and being present and engaged in both those places. So I reached out to Jessica. I got started. You can see this picture, one of those pictures, I don't know if you can see it, one of those before pictures is me. Yep, that's me right there. That was me day one. It was like January 3rd and got started. And the first couple of months, fast forward 3 months of doing fitness, doing my nutrition, doing the supplements and doing personal development, all things we'll talk about in a little bit. But 3 months in, I hit my weight loss goal that I honestly, when I first started, didn't even really believe that I could hit, but I was committed to the process because I knew that I needed to be for myself and for my family. And as soon as I started feeling the difference. I started having more energy. My anxiety reduced by probably about like 80%. It didn't go away completely, but it was way, way, way more manageable. I was sleeping better. I was able to I had the energy to play with my kids. And I was able to enjoy doing the things that I loved again that I had completely forgot about as a busy, stressed out, anxious mom. Things like hiking, gardening, and skiing, like all that kind of stuff that brings me joy. And so then what happened is that first 3 months, I was really just focusing on my own journey as a coach. I started coaching for the accountability piece primarily. And I thought, well, maybe I'll get a couple people to do this with me and I'll get my stuff paid for. But over those 3 months, people were noticing such a change that they were asking me what I was doing. They were reaching out and saying, what's going on? They noticed the change in me at work, my family, everybody who knew me couldn't help but notice. So I was noticing that, I'm answering all these questions. And at the time, my husband and I were both working full time or more. The kids were in daycare all day. My job was stressful. I didn't love it. It wasn't a great fit for me. Um, and we were just in that cycle of where every evening was spent, you go home, you pick up the kids, you make dinner, then you give them a bath, you put them to bed, you go to bed, you wake up in the morning and you get them dressed and take them to daycare, and you do the whole thing over again. And it's just that daily cycle. Weekends were almost always spent grocery shopping and washing laundry and trying to get ready for the next week just so we could all survive it. And so we felt like we were running really, really hard, but we weren't getting anywhere. And so I started to think maybe this could be more than just a hobby. Maybe this could be a tool that I could use, a platform that I could use to help people get connected and use these tools and resources that had already completely transformed my health in only 3 months. And not only that, maybe I could use that to help transform my family's life. And so I went for it. And I think it was that summer where I was able to cut back. It was that later that spring, early summer, I was able to cut back on my hours at work a little bit. And it just relieved a little bit of that pressure. And then by August, I was actually able to quit my job altogether and take my kids out of daycare. And I was able to be home with them and homeschool my daughter for kindergarten. And it's just completely changed our lives. Now they're in school, but our family just has so much more time freedom because of this business. So it's been a huge blessing to us. And yeah, that's my story. So
I love that so much. And if any of you are like, that's so inspiring, like, I don't know if that would ever be me. Let me tell you, when Sarah first signed up, I will be honest with you, and she knows this because she told me like she didn't want anything to do with coaching. Where she was at, I genuinely didn't think that she would ever really want to do anything with her coach account. It was mostly for the discount. And so as I was growing my business, she's our, like, one of our original coaches. She's our original diamond coach. I like to call her the OG, the original gangster of our team. And I placed her under my husband's account that we were building together. And so it's the joke, like, my husband is a star diamond coach because of Sarah. And like, you just never know. You never know. So if you're either watching this and you're thinking about coaching and you're like, man, I could never do that, that could never be me, you just never know. And if you're someone and you're like, man, I started with a coach account, but I haven't done anything with it because I just don't have the confidence or not have the whatever, you just never know. Like Sarah
Mhm.
said, the coaching element, one of the hugest values to it is when you tell other people what you're doing for accountability publicly, and you just say, like, this is my goal, I would love for you to do this with me so I have some personal accountability. You show up so much more for other people. A lot of people will. Maybe this isn't for everybody, but we show up for other people more sometimes than we show up for ourselves alone if we kept our goals to ourselves. So, and Sarah's like the perfect textbook example of that. So I just love hearing your story every time, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jessica, and I've been a coach now for 5 years. And this topic is something that's really close to my heart. So, really quick Cliff Notes version of how I stumbled into this. I'll be honest with you, I wanted nothing to do with coaching. I am a registered nurse by trade. I have my bachelor's in nursing, and I am a certified coach in health and nutrition. And I have past experience in building my own holistic health programs and charging anywhere from $15 to $5,000 for those. And I worked as a nurse in different areas. I've traveled the world. And when Beachbody came up for me in my life, is actually probably 12 years ago now. It was the first time I had stumbled upon it, did P90X like a lot of people in the world. That was my first experience. And I was like, oh, these are great fitness programs, but Beachbody, like, first of all, what kind of name is that? Second of all, I thought I was way better than Beachbody. I'm totally going to be honest with you. I never thought I was a prideful person, but looking back, I had a little bit of an ego when it came to a network marketing company in nutrition. And I thought for sure it's a scam. For sure their products are crap. For sure they're just trying to sell people on something. And then I was working in a prison as a registered nurse on our level 2 yard. And I was pregnant with my first son. And I had horrific back pain towards the end of my pregnancy. I delivered and had a healthy baby, but I still had that horrible, horrible back pain and found myself. Uh, I will tell you that my nature, my personality, I never wanted to be a work from home mom or a stay at home mom. And there's nothing against women who love and find so much joy and fulfillment in that. That just isn't how I'm wired. I've always been wired to be super driven. Like, I wanted to be a pediatrician doctor at UC Davis when I was little. I wanted to be in the Olympics. Like, I've just always been very driven to achieve and learn and grow. And so that was how I've always envisioned my life. And then I had my baby and I looked at him and I was like, oh my gosh, I never want to leave you ever. And so I found myself Googling work from home RN jobs, virtual RN jobs. And I found really nothing. There's nothing really that you can do with as a nurse from home. And financially at the time, even though my husband was working, he was on call 24/7 and working investigations in law enforcement, my paycheck almost doubled his. And so it wasn't realistic for me to just quit my job to stay home with my son. We could not afford to do that. And so I was looking at going back to work at 3 months. I think it was 3.5 months postpartum. And it was so hard. Like, imagine for yourself, pumping in a prison was super awkward. But that was my life. And I went back to the level 2 yard in our prison, became the infectious disease nurse of the prison. So who wants to deal with infectious diseases and prison walls? That was my job. And I was exhausted. Again, my husband was on call 24/7. And my background, I was a college athlete and I loved CrossFit. I loved intense workouts, but I had a baby. I had a job where I was always held over because we were so short staffed. So I was working 40 to 60 hours a week in this prison with a husband who was working probably 80 to 90 hours a week some weeks. And I didn't have time to go to the gym. I didn't have time to go to CrossFit, nor did I want to take time away from my son who was already leaving to go to work to go work out. That's just not what I wanted, and I couldn't realistically. But I still was struggling with back pain, and your body changes after having a baby, and I needed to strengthen and heal after pregnancy, and I didn't really know how to do that. And that was when I stumbled across this random chick's before and after pictures on Facebook, of all places. And I didn't know her. I've never talked to her. We had zero friends in common. She was from Boston. I was in California at the time. But I saw that she had just had a son and her abs. Like, I was like, holy moly, I want that mom bod. She's a mom, just had a baby. She worked hard, and this program got her abs. I want to do what she did. It's just like such a natural thing. So I reached out to her. I was familiar at that point with Beachbody. I knew there was this coach discount thing. And so I reached out to her and I said, hey, so I'd like to join your group that you're starting with the program you just did. I want a challenge pack because it's the best deal. I want a coach account because it's the cheapest, but I want nothing to do with coaching because I work in a prison and I have a new baby and I have no time. And she literally messaged me back, was like, hi, hello to you too, stranger. Like, I could get that vibe, like, if someone reached out to me like that. And she helped me get set up, and all she told me was, hey, I know you have no time for this, no problem. But if you have any friends or family members who want to do this program with you, they can join my group. Since you have a coach account, here's how you would get them set up under you, since you're referring them. and it could help you, pay for your challenge pack you just bought. And a light bulb went off in my brain, and I was like, oh, duh. I think it was $140 at the time. And you got DVDs for one workout, Shakeology, and these container things with a little pamphlet of how to use them for nutrition. And I was like, this is brilliant. So I reached out to my mom, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my best friend. I said, hey, check out this chick's results. I sent them her before and after picture. I said, I want to get in weight after I want to get in shape after baby. You guys should do this with me. It's only 22 minutes. The program we were doing was only 22 minutes. And everyone was like, yeah, just sign me up. Let's do this. That's awesome. And so I literally, at the time, this was 5 years ago, we didn't have all the tools to sign people up like we do nowadays. And I said, okay, great. Give me your credit card, your social security number, your address, your email address, and all your personal information, and I will get you started. So I didn't even ask them like, what flavor do you want? Or do you want a customer account or a coach account? I was like, duh, all these people love to shop at TJ Maxx. And so I know they want the cheapest deal. So I'm going to sign them up with a coach account, because why wouldn't you want that? And so literally within 3 days after I signed up, I didn't know what I was doing. I had nothing in the mail yet, no training that I did. I just knew how to sign someone up. And so I signed 4 coaches up within 3 days. And I remember my coach Liz reached out to me. She goes, first of all, who are you? How did you get your first promotion? And we need to get on the phone. And so I was like, I don't know. I don't know. So we talked, and she honestly asked me a question that changed my life. And it's why I'm here today. And she said, okay, this is awesome. Like, I see where you're at. I see that you're comfortable in your life. I was making 6 figures as a nurse in prison. But she said, okay, I need to know something from you. 5 years from now, if you could build your dream life, failure is off the table. Where would you want your life to be? And what kind of life would you want to build? Where would you be living? Like, think in detail. What would your design life be? Or what would it look like? And I remember sitting at my kitchen table with my husband and talking about it and thinking, I feel like an idiot because I don't know. If someone like if I could have anything, no limits, what would I have? And I realized no one had ever asked me that before. And I never thought about that question. I just always did what I thought I was supposed to do. And it was admired in our culture because I spent $100,000 on a nursing degree for 4 years. And I did an admirable job that was super stressful with the management that I hated. And had to pay someone else to raise my kids because I couldn't be home. Wait a second. And I started thinking about, well, I would be home with my kids. I would never have to miss a soccer game or a ballet recital, but I would be still working and making a positive impact in people's lives because I was created to do that. And I would be financially providing for my family. I would have paid off the $30,000 in student loan debt that I still had. And I would be making a substantial amount of money, but with the freedom to do it from anywhere. And then my wheels started turning, and she told me, you have no idea what you stumbled upon. And I'm so excited that I get to lead you in that. And here I am 5 years later, literally a few months ago. I guess it's been longer than that now. In October, we packed up my now 3 children. I have a litter of children, and my husband quit his job in law enforcement. I was able to retire from my nursing job 2 years into coaching. And we moved. We picked up our family out of California. We moved to North Idaho because we didn't like the way things were going. We wanted to raise our family in a different place. And only because of my Beachbody business were we able to do that, because of the financial stability I had built. And I'm forever grateful because my kids will have a very different future because of this business opportunity. And as cheesy as that word feels to me to say sometimes, it's literally what it is, because it's an opportunity for us to treat it like a hobby, for us to do nothing with it and just use it for the discount. And it's an opportunity to create a 7-figure business. It's up to each and every one of us. And there's not a right or a wrong way to do it. We get to decide what that looks like for us. So when you look at this business from a supply and demand perspective, I am super geeky when it comes to numbers and figures and trends. And as a nurse who loves to solve problems, this is a snapshot of where our country's at right now. The world right now, with this pandemic that we've gone through this last year, what are the 2 top things that people are terrified of losing? It's their health and their income. And guess what? We're in the business of helping people create stability in those two things. Literally, that's what we do for a living, which is amazing. Here's a couple statistics. So in June of 2020, 40% of Americans reported struggling with mental health and or substance abuse. And I'm surprised that that's not higher. I feel like it's probably realistically significantly higher. Our obesity rate stands at 42.4%. So that means that almost, if not at this point, all, or 50%, sorry, of Americans are not just overweight, but obese. Obesity significantly increases your risk of several diseases, including type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, strokes, and many types of cancers. But what's even more sad to me is that nearly 20%, if not more at this point, of children in the US are obese. What is so sad to me is that this statistic of obesity is 100% preventable if we can help educate families, if we can help empower people and help teach them healthier lifestyle habits. That's what we do. That's so powerful. Read this quote here at the bottom with me. Look this up on the CDC's website. Approximately 65% of people who die from cardiovascular disease and cancer could be prevented by living a healthy lifestyle. Per the CDC, that looks like eating more plants, exercising regularly, being at a healthy weight. That's not something crazy, right? Guess who helps people do those things that help save so many lives, so many parents, so many grandparents, so many sisters and brothers? We do that. We help people eat more plants, exercise, and be at a healthy weight. That's amazing. You don't have to have a doctorate or a degree or any kind of certification to do that. Beachbody coaches have incredible power and a platform in their hands. We are the advocate. As a coach, you're the middle person to take someone from where they're starting at to where they need to be, and you just give them the tools. That is what you do as a coach in essence. Okay, turning it over to Sarah to dive in a little bit deeper into what that looks like.
Yes, thank you. And I feel like I was one of those people in those statistics. So it always gets me excited. So, what does a coach do? The first thing that we need to do as a coach is, with the help of your coach, get you set up with your 5 elements of transformation. And this putting all of these 5 pieces together was really what made this possible for me when I had tried so many things before and failed. I was missing some really key components and I had no idea because I was just piecemealing from things that, I learned or picked up here, this diet there, maybe I'll try doing some workouts, so I was just piecemealing things and I could never get any traction. So we offer a 5 elements of transformation total package solution. And the first piece is your fitness programs. We have hundreds of amazing programs that are not just, random workouts put together, but programs designed to help you get stronger, get healthier, to build on each other, to really create that momentum and that progress that I used to struggle to find when I would go to the gym and do a couple of bicep curls and run on the treadmill. And then we have 2 really world-class premium nutrition programs developed by nutrition experts, dietitians, and teams of individuals who are working together. They're 2B Mindset or Ultimate Portion Fix. They are both amazing. So you got to decide which one you're going to use. Talk to your coach about which one makes the most sense for your lifestyle and your goals. And then the third piece, this was a major missing piece in my life, was supplements. We have several different nutritional options and nutritional supplements. The major one for me, the one that really changed my life and helped me boost my energy and eliminate sugar cravings and go from depleted to feeling like I can function, was Shakeology. It's really the cornerstone and the powerhouse, I feel like, of our nutrition toolkit. And if you're not familiar with it, there's lots to learn about it, but essentially it's a supplement that's designed to fill the 5 most common nutritional gaps in the average adult's diet. And in it, you get a serving of protein, you get adaptogens to help your body deal with stress, and that really, really helped me. That component was so critical. You get greens in there. You get a serving of antioxidants, and you also get some digestive support, which was also key for me because I was struggling with so many digestive issues. And I was spending hundreds of dollars on digestive supplements and vitamins and things. And when I started drinking Shakeology, I saw far more changes than I did spending hundreds of dollars on individual supplements. It's the whole thing combined together that is so powerful. So that's really the cornerstone, but we have tons of great nutritional supplements for whatever your needs are. So talk to your coach about that. And then the fourth piece, also something that I was really missing and that was life-changing for me, is mindset development or personal development. So your coach is going to help you pick a personal development book or podcast or course to go through and to put something positive in your head every day. And I cannot emphasize enough the importance of this piece. Like I said, it was game changing for me. I still remember the book that I started with was by Darren Hardy, and it was The Compound Effect. And just so many light bulbs completely changed the way that I think. So talk to your coach about that. They'll help you find some good options to choose from. And then piece 5 is the support, or really the accountability. And for me, that was another huge piece. Having that personal accountability, especially as a coach, a coach is the ultimate accountability. And so having that piece in there was so important. So many times before, I would start something, but I would not tell anyone because I wanted to keep it secret because I was pretty sure I was going to fail. And so having that support and putting my goals out there and having people to cheer me on and encourage me was a huge, huge help. So those are the 5 elements of transformation. You're going to put those together for yourself with help from your coach. And then what you're going to do as a coach is you're just going to turn around and you're going to help your clients get started with their transformation 5. It might be the exact same 5 things that you got started with. It might be something a little bit different, but that's essentially what we do, is help people find their total package solution that's really going to help them make their physical, mental, and health transformation.
I love it. So simple, but powerful. Okay, so I'm going to talk really quick about income. What would extra income do for you and your family? And now let me tell you this. We have big income goals and big income vision, but what I love about what we do is that you can't have those without first helping people and serving people where they're at and being committed to the mission of really transforming people and helping them live healthy and fulfilling lives. So when you have a non-financial motive, the income comes, and fulfillment is a huge wealth that we build in this type of business. And for that, I'm extremely thankful. So if that is something that you're looking for in your life, this absolutely will give you that. So we have several ways that we earn income, and I have different YouTube videos on that if you want to learn more specifically about our compensation plan. But I just want you to understand that there's front end income and back end income. Front end income is what you earn for a transaction. So if someone purchases something from you, the commission that you earn is considered front end income. Just like at a job, if you were to go and get paid an hourly wage, that hourly wage is front end income. Back end income is the income that you earn from growing a team, and that's residual income that comes without transactions necessarily involved. So it's not a commission. It's just based on volume. And we teach you how to grow your business smart so that you end up working less and making more in the long term. Now, I want to say, for corporate legal team, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody Coach opportunity. Each coach's income is fully dependent on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. Obviously, you have to work. You can't just sign up and be like, where's the money? You can't just say like, okay, I'm going to post some things on beach on social media, but I'm not going to really talk to anyone. And because I'm nervous, I'm not really going to put myself out there. And if they really want it, they'll come to me. It doesn't work that way. They will come to you if you show up consistently. And we teach you literally how to do all of this. But it's so simple in the beginning. If you help your first 12 people get started with a challenge pack, you'll earn approximately $1,000. That's amazing. That's only in front end income. That's only in commission. We earn approximately 25 to 40% commission on the products and programs that we refer to people. That is really high percentage. And in my opinion, from in sales and stuff, that's really good. And then when you start building your team, so let's say you have a couple of friends who are like, hey, this is rad. You're getting paid to work out. I want in. How do I get paid to work out? You sign them up as a coach, and then they get a few friends, and you actually earn bonuses because your people that you helped get started are successful as well. So really you end up earning more the more that you learn and the more that you teach and the more that you serve your people and help them be successful. So I really, really love that element, is that my success depends on how much I'm serving and helping my team grow. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention before Sarah talks really quick about this one. We also have things like team. I go back here. We have corporate trips. That this is actually a picture of Sarah and I at our last in-person one that we had, which was a cruise to the Bahamas. Like what? That we earned. We got to take our husbands on, and it was so much fun. This is one of the party nights that we had. I can't remember what it was like. I can't remember what the theme was.
Night. It was 90s night.
90s night. That's what it was. It was so much fun. Oh my gosh. But we like to be able to get to go there, and we've been to Mexico and to these all-inclusive resorts. It's the best of entrepreneurship and a 1.3 probably more billion-dollar company in the health and fitness industry. Okay. Sarah, sorry.
Okay. Awesome. No, I was on mute. I was hold on. Okay, look at these transformation stories. These, whenever I need a little bit of motivation or excitement, looking at these transformation stories just really gets me fired up, because looking back, especially looking back and remembering how far I've come, is always such an inspiration. These are all coaches on our team. These are all women who have gotten started with their transformation 5 and really really stuck with it, really given it their all. And like I like to say, I don't know if anybody else says it like this, but when I first started out, I needed to stick with my program like it was my job. And that was why I decided to sign up as a coach. Even when I first started out and I thought, well, maybe I'll just get a couple people and maybe I'll get my stuff paid for, that would be great. I needed to show up like it was my job. And so that was why that coaching accountability piece was so important for me. I had never been consistent with anything else before. And I knew that if I was going to make a lifestyle change, I would need some serious accountability. I, at the time, especially was the type of person who would always, always, always put myself last. I struggled with horrible mom guilt, taking any time for myself. But I knew that if I had other people that were relying on me to show up for them, that I would never stop. I would never give up. I would show up for them. And so it worked. And these are the kind of transformation stories that come with it. And these are the kind of transformations that our team has gotten, and that we are so passionate about helping other people achieve, not just the external ones. The before and after pictures are great and they're so exciting to look at, but the mental and emotional and transformations that come with confidence and starting to learn your value and the value of taking care of yourself, not just for you, but also for your family and your job and the people around you, starting to experience those transformations. Those are so exciting. So that's what we get to do as coaches, is we get to lead the way in that.
I love that. I totally agree. Okay, so I'm going to bust through these. These are just some of the common either misconceptions or fears that we hear, or the yeah buts. These are the big buts that get in the way. That's what I'm going to title this slide. The big butts. Okay. Yeah, but I don't want to be salesy. Good. That's not how we will teach you how to, that's not how we do things. We don't want you to be salesy. There's nothing wrong with making a sale. Sales is what makes the world go round. Like, we love shopping, but we don't want to sell things. That doesn't make any sense. If people see value in what you have, you should be proud of being a part of that transaction, right? But we're not ever going to teach you to go out and sell things like, here, buy this from me. That's not how you do this. It's not how you do it successfully anyway. So we'll teach you how to share with tact and effectively so that people want to purchase things that you are recommending. I don't have extra time. Well, I can tell you that you do. I started, like I said, working 60 hours a week from a prison with a newborn and a husband on call. I know people who are lawyers working 90-hour weeks and made this happen and are extremely successful. We have time for things that we want to have time for. But that in mind, this doesn't take a lot of time. It requires efficiency with your time, but you could build a successful business in pockets of just an hour a day. We have a business activity tracker that tells you exactly what you need to do in order to be successful. If you do those things and stay diligent and be committed to your journey and just share that with people, you'll be successful. And this takes trial and error, but I promise you, anyone for the most part, if you want this to work, it will. I'm not at my fitness goal. Good. Because it's the most powerful place to be at the beginning of your journey, and you're inviting people to do it with you instead of, I already have a six pack and I'm awesome, you should do this with me. A lot of people get intimidated by that, and they're like, yeah, that works for you, but you don't know my story and you're unrelatable. So if you're in the beginning of your fitness journey, you're relatable. That's a good thing. The world, did you see those health statistics? A lot of people can relate to the frustration maybe that you felt and are going to want to do this with you. Who am I to motivate others? You have more power in you than you know. And you have a circle of influence, whether or not you want to admit it. So you're either bringing people up or you're pulling them down. And you're saying it's more comfortable down here. So I'm going to continue to hate on myself and complain about my own stuff and complain about how I look and complain about how I feel because that's how everyone else feels around me. No, be the one to step up and say, you know what, I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to drink these healthy shakes, and I'm going to work out, and I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to turn the news off, and I'm going to start listening to something positive, and be the one. Who cares if people make fun of you in the beginning? They're all going to come around because they're going to see that you're living life and they're accepting life by default. It's too expensive. That's not true. But a lot of people think that it is. But let me tell you, I've been in this industry for a very long time. It is crazy inexpensive. 100, like right now we have this crazy deal going on. It's like 100, it's $140 for the new workout we're getting, a year of workouts, lifetime access to 2 nutrition programs, and a month of supplements. Are you kidding me? That's insane. It's so inexpensive to do what we're doing, and you are paying this much to start a business. When you start with the challenge pack, you get your coach registration fee waived, and it's why most people give up so quickly. Because if you had to take out a $300,000 loan to start a business, I guarantee you'd show up when you don't feel like it and when it's hard, and you'd figure it out when you don't know how to do something. But people don't do that with this business because you don't have to pay anything to do it. You're only paying for the product you're using to live a healthier life yourself. So that's how I feel about that. My spouse isn't supportive. I'm really thankful that my husband's been extremely supportive since the beginning. He told me, if you're going to do this, I have 2 rules. You can't quit, and you have to go all in. And this is where we are for him being that way. But there are many people who don't have supportive spouses, and I would say, yeah, it's hard for me. That's a hard one for me because it's if it's making you a better person and making you a healthier, happier version of yourself. But communication is super important. So if you're on your phone, like answering questions, communicate that this is what I'm doing for the betterment of our family, and have boundaries. Do not be on your phone all the time. That's a mistake I see a lot of people making. I don't have a social media following. Don't worry. Lots of people, top of our company, never had social media in the beginning. And then guess what they did? They started one. And it's just a marketing platform. So you can talk to people at Starbucks and in person. You don't have to have social media. It's just a marketing opportunity that's free for you that you don't have to pay for. That's what social media is. Isn't it a pyramid scheme though? Come on. No, it's not, because they're illegal. And with pyramid schemes, you don't get any product or service in return. And there's rules, like you can't ever make more than the person who you signed up with. None of that is true. I can surpass my coach, you can surpass me. That doesn't happen. And you're getting product for what you're paying. So there's no, most people who say this are honestly uneducated about what a pyramid scheme actually is. What if I fail? And what if you blow your mind at how successful you are? It takes the same amount of energy to imagine both outcomes. You have to decide what kind of person that you want to be. And if you choose to let what if I fail stop you, that's a choice that you're going to have to live with. No one else is putting that in your head. That is your decision.
I love it. As someone whose spouse was very, very skeptical when they started, I will say that those things that Jessica shared, they do make a big difference. And as they see the change in you, they will want to support that. So, but how to get started? First of all, reach out to the coach who invited you here. Whoever sent you the link to this, whoever sent you the recording, reach out to that coach. Work with them to put together your transformation 5 elements into a challenge pack. They can help guide you to decide which programs you should try, which nutrition program you should start with, and all those things. And then number 3, get plugged into our community and start sharing right away. Start sharing and saying, I just signed up. I can't wait for my stuff to come. This is my goal. The more you put your journey out there in our community and publicly, the more you are going to be personally invested in your journey and in your business. And you only get one chance to start. Like those before and afters that I was able to have, I'm so thankful that I did what Jessica told me to do, even though I really didn't want to and didn't think I needed to, and took those before photos, because they are so powerful, not only for your own journey, but also for your business and being able to be proof of the products and the change that they can have. And then why start now? Jessica talked about why not to wait until you already have 6-pack abs before you start coaching. She kind of hit on that. First of all, it's the journey that people can relate to. It's seeing you go from, struggling where I was before, struggling, not really knowing how to live a healthy lifestyle with my, current living situation. And going to being able to reach those weight loss goals, being able to get that energy back and become the person that you can be and you want to be. So there's that aspect of it. But why start now, as in April 2021? Well, we talked about there's a huge demand for it right now. So many people who need support in this area. And then also there are some major things coming up that are really going to help catapult this business. And Jessica's going to touch on those in a minute. But once you do get started, you'll get a lot of support from Beachbody and from our team too. The beautiful thing about this business is that you are your own CEO. You are your own business owner. You can create the business that you want. But you don't have to do it alone. And I love that. So you'll get a business website from Beachbody. You'll get a getting started checklist. You get coach mentorship. We have weekly team calls where we all hop on and we learn together or we work together. We have weekly corporate calls, our national wake up calls, where you learn about the latest announcements. You get shouted out for rank advancements and recognition and things like that. And you get to learn from the top coaches in the business. And that is a massive resource to learn from the people who are at the very top. We also have quarterly and yearly events. And we also have a new coach community, a specific new coach community that we can plug you into to help guide you to get started. So that's it. And with that, Jessica's going to let you know about all the exciting things coming up.
Oh my gosh, so many exciting things. Okay, so first of all, we've got Shaun T over here. Can you tell that he's outside in Hawaii? This program launches tomorrow. It'll probably end up being tonight. I haven't checked like the actual FAQ of the date or the time. This program called Let's Get Up is going to bring so much joy into people's houses. And now let me be the first to tell you, this girl is not a dancer. Like, my family makes fun of me for it. I am half Mexican and half white, and my hips are the whitest part of me. I will tell you that right now. But I did the sample workout, and it's so much fun. It is like, I laughed the whole time. I haven't had this much fun working out in a very long time. So this launches tomorrow, and as a coach, you can share this. It is being talked about across the internet, and you can share this and get other people signed up with this amazing program that, honestly, after a year of quarantine and all the stress, people need to laugh more. It literally is good for your immune system. Stress is not good for our immune system. And they're getting all the nutritional support and all that with that. So that's huge. This beautiful bike right here is a mixed fitness bike. And it has to do with this screenshot right here. Beachbody and Mixed Fitness are merging along with Forest. I can't remember the other name of it right now. But there's a three-way merger that's happening, and Beachbody is becoming a publicly traded company in May. Like, this is happening next month. So the people who are signed up with the coach account are going to significantly benefit from this golden egg opportunity that is going to be historical in our company. Because what happens when this merger is complete is the pockets of our company go much deeper in our ability to expand and reach more people and more countries and more areas. One of the people on our board is the former CEO of TikTok and Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. So digital streaming is going to, it's already amazing, but it's going to go through the roof as far as its quality. And then we're going to have access to these beautiful, sorry, my baby's screaming downstairs. These beautiful bikes, which I'm super excited about. So Beachbody Fitness is going to expand into the spin category, and that's going to be epic. We have this new product is launching tomorrow. We have another nutritional product that's being announced May 19th and going to continue. We're just continuing to expand. So from a business perspective, your tools that you have to reach people and help people are just epic. And then this picture here is actually where I live. This isn't my house, but it's on Lake Coeur d'Alene. And this summer in July, we are doing a team event here in Coeur d'Alene for Beachbody's Summer Summit. And so we are renting out some condos, and it's going to be incredible. I feel like I should go check on my kid. Okay, Sarah, let's take them home. We've got big dreams. This could be the vessel to help all those big dreams become a reality.
Absolutely. And, Jessica said something when she was talking about telling her story. She didn't know how to dream big. She was saying that she was, when Liz asked her, like, where do you want to be in 5 years? If you could achieve anything you wanted, she couldn't really even come up with an answer. And I absolutely 100% can relate to that. When I started, I thought, first of all, my big dream was just to lose 30 pounds and get healthier and feel better. And I thought that that was unachievable. And then I reached that dream and surprised myself in 3 months. And then my next big dream was, well, maybe I can not work so much. Maybe I can make a little bit of income and cut back my hours. And I was able to do that really quickly. As soon as I started working the business, it happened so much faster than I thought it would. And then I thought, wow, maybe my next big dream would be to be able to quit my job and be able to be home with my kids and not have to have them raised by daycare. Maybe I could actually raise them myself and, pour into them and be the present mom that I want to be. And I thought that was a big dream. And I was able to make that happen using this platform. And then there's so many things as that as you grow, your ability to dream and to envision the future. And I truly believe that this platform can help you achieve any dream that you might want, whether it's moving out of state like Jessica did, whether it's quitting your job, or maybe it's just reaching your weight loss goal and getting your Shakeology paid for, whatever that big dream is for you right now, where you're at. I absolutely believe that this platform can help you get there.
100%. I'm so sorry, you guys. I have to run because my daughter is hurt.
Oh
Um,
no.
I know, but thank you for being on, Sarah. Thank you for everything. I'll get this recording up as soon as possible. Thanks so much for being here, Molly.